Wet weather squarely in the forecast this afternoon in Santa Clara, California at Levi's Stadium. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. This defense for the Chiefs very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Boy, Charles, a lot of action right out of the gate. The two teams barely off the buses. We've already had the touchdown and now the interception.
Yeah, whatever happened to the feeling out process? You know, kind of throw a few jabs out there, kind of circle the ring a little bit. Both of them throwing haymakers right out of the gate. And the second one was an interception that may cost them.
Yellow!
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. This one completes Alec Pierce. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Mahomes. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. On play action, it's Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Alec Pierce, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Oh, this is blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here, remember. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I need your help on this one. We just saw an extra point blocked. Do you think the rain had anything to do with it getting blocked?
Everything goes a little bit slower, but I'll tell you what, the snap and the hold, they look good.
Yeah, and most of the time, I love when you bring that up about it getting slower. It's deliberate when it gets slower, right? Because you have to go through it a little bit more. You want to be just a little bit more careful catching the ball, putting it down, and giving him a chance to kick it.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Purdy now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 31-yard line. Pacheco gets it and tries the left side. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Purdy. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. Powering his way forward. And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. As a nice run there. Gets him down to the 6-yard line. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one. And what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
They'll run here with Pacheco. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go.
Now Purdy. Eluding the pressure right. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Isaiah Pacheco from a yard out. And the 49ers are back within a score. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good. And it's now 13-7. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners are going to take possession here at their own 33. Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, it's just talk. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the receivers wondering if they have to turn around and play more defense instead of running routes trying to take the ball downfield.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. The Niners at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. This unit currently 7th in the NFL, Charles, in stopping the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flush to his right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I have to tell you, Brandon, I feel like a coach right now, because I'm wondering why the angle route continues to be so effective when, as an inside linebacker, you're always taught, don't let someone cross your face. If they want to go outside, it's okay. But they make that outside fake, cut back inside, often to great success.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now here's Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
McCaffrey will take this one in. It's a Chiefs touchdown. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now stands at 13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Back to throw, Purdy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Here's Purdy. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. But Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. To throw, it's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. 49ers 7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing here, Purdy. Towards the end zone for Brown. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Brown, 50 yards. And the 49ers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Now Moody for the PAT. He's got it, and the score's now 27-14. Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. Throwing now is Mahomes. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And the 49ers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Let's go now.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. And this one is incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Out of the gun, Purdy. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Purdy looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Go.
Shotgun now with Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And it's caught. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense...
Touchdown 49ers! George Kittle in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point try now for Moody. And the lead will shrink to 6. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46.
In a game like this, you're fighting, you're scratching, you're clawing, you're hammering away. That return has the feel of maybe cracking the rock and giving them a chance to get a big-time advantage.
Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Ayuk going to go in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Pacheco. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Flushed out right. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Michael Dana in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now Mahomes. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Well, that a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
43, come back. Yellow. 15, yellow.
Mahomes going to throw. Pass complete downfield. It's Pierce. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 45 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Mahomes now to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Now their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Yellow. Come back.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
Even though positive yardage was gained on that play, I think the defense has to be happy. Obviously, they were prepared for some trick plays coming into the game, and they looked very aware that those could happen on any given down.
So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This to make it a 2-score game. Butker's kick here is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trent McDuffie with a pick. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
That's caught right side by Worthy. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Christian McCaffrey With career touchdown number 91, he joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Chiefs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Hey, 43, 43, 15.
Mahomes will throw for it. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more.
38, 49ers 21.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big third down play there for the Niners. 47 yards.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the fourth is not going to be an easy task. But that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Now Purdy. Touchdown! Hollywood Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Purdy and the Niner offense, they'll stay on the field. They'll try to go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And my goodness, another interception. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That play ended for a net loss thanks to Javon Hargrave. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. This is McCaffrey on the give. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Mahomes going to throw it here. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Xavier Worthy from 21 yards away. And the Chiefs have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead is up to 18 now.
45. 49ers 27.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Trap 60, trap 60.
Purdy. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Warrior 70.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it. He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 41. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. 2nd and 5.
Yellow.
Interesting. Mahomes wants to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. 70 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Chiefs, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will be at home for one next week.